Hello friends, this is Erich here, and I want to record a short version of the first video that I recorded saying how I overcame ankylosing spondylitis. And because on the first video I give a lot of information and many people did not really understand maybe like the main points, the most important things to do, maybe because I gave too much information. So here we go. I started having my first symptoms of inflammation, those persisting inflammations that just wouldn't go away. When I was 9 years old, I had an inflammation that lasted about 1.5 years. And so basically I had some of those episodes, and almost 20 years later, I was diagnosed with ankylosing spondylitis. And then after I was diagnosed, I started researching. I tried a lot of things, like from diets and supplements and things like even anti-inflammatories, they wouldn't work. I never tried the biologicals, but basically nothing worked, pretty much. Nothing really worked, right? More details on the first video, as I said. But then I saw that there was a possible link. I saw some specialists talking about a possible link between autoimmune disease and leaky gut. Okay, so I decided to explore that a little more, and I also found that there was another possible link between genetically modified foods, right, GMOs, and leaky gut and autoimmune disease. And not only genetically modified foods, but every food that could possibly contain an ingredient called glyphosate from a herbicide called Roundup. Okay, so I decided to go deeper into that and to try addressing the leaky gut issue, even though I had never been diagnosed with leaky gut. This is what I tried. That's the path that I chose. Okay, so I decided to approach the problem from two angles. Now just make something clear, it's not that I just decided out of the blue. It's just after reading, researching, here and there, I decided to approach from two angles. And one, to stop or reduce the damage that those foods were possibly causing to the lining of my gut, and second, to repair the damage and by using supplements. Okay, so the first step, right, to stop or reduce the damage caused by certain foods, I blacklisted some foods and I stopped eating them, or I replaced by the organic version. For example, the GMOs. The main ones were soy, corn, canola oil. Cotton, I didn't use it, but there are people who do use cotton oil. Okay, and beets. Okay, there's beet syrup. There's just be aware. There's corn syrup. There's vegetable oil. That's a blend of vegetable oils. No, vegetable oil that has a blend sometimes of corn, canola, and other oils that they tend to be genetically modified. So I replaced those for organic. Okay, those foods for, well, either organic or non-GMO, except soy. I stopped eating soy because I didn't do well with soy, even the organic version. This happened to me with soy and wheat, but I'll get to wheat right now. And then there are foods that, even though they are not genetically modified, they contain glyphosate, okay, or Roundup. So, and those foods, they're basically most, if not all, grains they have that are not organic, they will most likely have Roundup. So, and those ones, just to name some of them, they would be wheat, there's rice, there's rye, millet, even popcorn, buckwheat. And there's also other things like cane sugar, because they use Roundup on cane. So I'm not saying, of course, that can vary, from one place of the world to another and from time to time. But in general, it's hard to pinpoint exactly what they are. But I know that cereals, like grains, for a fact, that they have been, and most people also complain of that. A lot of people who have those issues, they tend to have problems with grains. A lot of them don't even know they have problems with grains. But basically, those grains, the grains in general, I changed to organic, okay? And so I did that, eliminated GMOs and non-GMOs that contain glyphosate. I switched to organic. I removed soy and wheat, even if they were organic, okay? And take notes if it's too much information. And then the repairing part included supplements. I used 3 supplements. I used L-glutamine, 20 grams a day, okay? I bought a 1 kilogram container of glutamine powder, okay? And I used that. That would last me like a month and a half, okay? And I did 20 grams a day. Some people do more, 25, 30, depends on how severe your problem is, really. And some people use like 30 grams a day for 3 months. They need 2 kilograms at once, okay? Just it's important to make sure that it's safe for you to take those supplements, okay? So, but this is what I did. About a month and a half, L-glutamine, 2 grams a day. And then slippery elm, there was another one that I took. 2 capsules 3 times a day, I think it was. According to the bottle, I just did whatever the bottle said, with meals, I believe. And after that month and a half, I did another month of probiotics. So basically, of a potent probiotic, the best one I could find. Basically, what happened? So in 2 months and a half, in less than 3 months, I was in remission. In less than 3 months, I was in remission. So I was totally pain-free. And of course, now I'm going to talk more about remission, because this remission is conditional, okay? If I go back to those things, then I will eventually have some pain, okay? But I'll explain that on a later video. So that's basically it for this video. Again, if you want more information, just go and watch the first video. And also, again, if you think there's any value in this content, you can like, subscribe, turn on notifications. You can share if you know someone who suffers from ankylosing spondylitis or another autoimmune disease or even allergies, because this is applicable in a lot of cases. And I'll see you in the next video.